What's up, guys? Maniacs here, and welcome to Astray. Now, this game just popped up on Game Jolt like less than an hour ago, and it's a very simplistic style game. But I don't know, the reason it drew me towards it was because this game is about the daily life of a poor dog that is a stray dog. You don't really get a lot of that stuff around here where I live, but like in the major cities and stuff like that, it's really sad to see animals and stuff that don't have owners or anything like that. And you know, I feel really bad about that type of situation. You know, it's not really fair to the dog or whatnot. A lot of times they were born without even knowing what the heck to do. So I don't know. I don't know why I decided to. I mean, I guess I just wanted to check it out and see what it was all about. But apparently I'm just a stray dog. I'm just this poor stray dog who's trying to find like food or something like that. And now it's raining. This is really sad, dude. It really is. Like, I feel bad about this. It's all empty. And, you know, the dog will be all nice, and the people are just, like, completely ignoring him. Like, it's really sad that this dog is in the rain like this. Now, I know this is, like, oh my god, why are you playing something like this? Like, you guys know that by now that I'm really into the style of games that kind of have an alternate message to them other than just being a game. Like, it's not just all about the gameplay. These ones are a lot about, you know, like, kind of giving a message, like, to point out to people that, you know, this stuff happens, and it really is sad. And now I've got some food, but it's like, wow, that's all I got, like the core of an apple. And this stuff is, it bothers me. Like those commercials that you see on TV. Oh, it's empty. Like the commercials that you see on TV, it's got, I'm pretty sure her name's Sarah McLachlan. She's the one that sings Heart of an Angel, which is that really depressing song that they always play over, like the animal cruelty, or like the actual TV commercials where you can like donate money to help animals like this. And it's really is sad. And this is, like, depressing. Like, I don't know, you know, I got another apple kernel, great. But, you know, this shit really bothers me. And a lot of times, like, it's not just a stray animal. A lot of times it'll be, like, a terrible owner that has this dog that they just keep outside at all times and they barely feed and whatnot. And that stuff bothers me. It really, really does. Like, my dog, Jack, who's somewhere around here, he was a rescue dog. I got him from a local animal shelter, and before me and my dad actually adopted him, he was abused. He was an abused dog. No idea what actually happened to them, because a lot of times the animal shelters don't know exactly what's happened to them in the past, but I'm pretty sure he came all the way up from South Carolina, I believe, and he was abused as a dog. He really was, and it's really depressing, like, out of what happened to him, because there's a lot of little things that, like, will scare him, or there's a lot of little things that, especially when we first got him, that really bothered him and whatnot. Like, he doesn't like his feet messed with or anything like that, so I don't know if somebody beat him as a dog, like, when he was younger, and, especially around here when it gets cold during the wintertime, one of his legs is actually, messed up. Like, it's not like it's not like he can't run or walk or anything like that, but when it's really cold out, it really bothers him. Like an older dog, once they get older, you know, when they go out in the cold, their joints don't work as well as they do. Well, one of his legs, and he's only like maybe 2 or 3, one of his legs bothers him. So it was obviously injured in the past from his previous owners or whatever happened to him, and it's, you know, it bothers me and my dad because it's like, oh my god, did something get hit? Did he get hit by a car or something like that? We don't know. We don't know the whole story, and the music just kind of, the sound design just cut out right there. But that was, tomorrow is another day. Press escape to give up, or press enter to keep on trying. Aw, and the dog's got, like, stuff all over him, and it's sad. It really is. He's like, hey, you know, so does it just start the whole game over again? Is it the same thing? I don't want to give up because I don't want to see what happens when I give up. What's this? It's just some trash. Like, it's really sad. Again, this is a very simplistic style game, and there's not a whole lot to it. It's more or less kind of walking, and, you know, you can interact and try to find some food or whatnot. But I'm really hoping, when I saw the game, I was really hoping that I'm still hoping that if I play the game a couple of times, that I'll get to a point where maybe somebody will adopt the puppy or whatever, and they'll find a home, because it is really sad when, you know, when you see stuff like this, it bothers me. Like, this poor little happy dog, and these people are just ignoring him while he walks around and tries to find some food. You guys basically get the gist of the game. I understand that a lot of people would be mad at me making a video for this, and it seems like I'm moving a little slower now. Maybe it's because I'm hungry. I understand that some people might be a little frustrated with me making a video on this or whatnot, but I like to bring awareness to these games that a lot of times it'll be a game itself, but they'll also have a secret message in the background. Like a lot of games that I played where it's like, you know, no wait, it's just some plastic. They'll have they'll have like an alternative motive to the game other than just being a game. And I like those style of games when it's like, oh, be nice to people, or, you know, just like stop and listen, or when the game talks about stuff that's like depression and stuff like that. You know, I like those style of games, and I like to make people aware. Obviously people know about this stuff, but when somebody's passionate about bringing awareness to this game that they're going to stop and make a game on it, I think that's really cool, and I think it deserves a video, especially when it's something that I absolutely support. When it's talking about stuff that's like, you know, don't be a jerk to other people, or stuff like this, when you see abused animals or animals that are stray animals. And again, it's not a lot of places around here that actually happens, where I live at least, but a lot of places, especially in the cities, when they can't help it. So I guess I found some food today, so I don't know what would happen if you don't get food or if you just give up, and I don't want to really know what happens. This is day 3, or this is the next day, so I'm curious if maybe there's like a 7-day trial or whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is, you guys basically get the gist of it for now. I will skip ahead after this one. It's just some trash. I will skip ahead after this day, and I'll just see if maybe there's anything else. That was day 3. So either maybe there's something at the end of day 5, or maybe there's something at the end of day 7. I'm going to skip ahead and go through those days and see if anything happens to happen, or if it literally just restarts the game or whatnot. And then I guess I'll show you what happens when you give up. I don't know. Hopefully it's nothing bad. I really hope that nothing bad actually happens and it's just the game closes or whatnot, because I'm going to be really depressed if I see something bad. So yeah, I'm going to skip ahead through up to day 7, see if anything special happens to happen, and then we'll be back. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh wow, somebody actually pet him when I went up to them. Okay, that was really cool. That's the first time I've seen that. That was nice. I'm glad that not everybody in the game is an asshole. Like, I'm sure the dog's not... Wait, did he just give me that? Oh, really? So he basically just dropped that and just basically told me to fuck off? Well, that wasn't very nice. Okay, that was the first time that both of those interaction things actually happened. So I'm glad that there was actually some people... There's actually some humans that walk by this poor dog that actually tend to say something to him, because, again, that's another one. That's really good. I'm glad that something like that actually is in the game, because, you know, if you think about it, a lot of the dogs that are like this, eventually the dogs just become so mean that they don't want people to like go near them, or they don't want people to interact with them because they've been, you know, yelled at or abused or kicked by people that are just assholes and make them go away when the dog's just hungry and looking for some food. And then they just basically get turned off to dealing with people, and they get mean and angry, and that's fucked up. And it's really sad, because when a dog that will actually come across somebody that would be possibly nice, the dog wouldn't trust them because they're so used to people being mean to them. That stuff just does not sit well with me. So anyway, that was day 5. We're on day 6. I don't know how much more there is. I don't know if there's 7 days, if there's anything special, but again, just want to see. Okay, well, that was 7 days, so I'm going to go through it one more time, and if nothing happens at the end of this one, I guess I'll do the escape and give up and see what happens then, just so you guys can curious, and I'm curious as to what happens as well. Okay, well, that was the end of day 8. Nothing seemed to change, so... Okay, good. So luckily you don't actually see anything bad that happens in the game itself. I'm glad I'm glad you didn't see something that I didn't want to see. So anyway, that was Astray. I'm guessing, I mean, it's all one word, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be a stray, meaning a stray animal. I like this game. Very, very simple. Not a whole lot to it, but it kind of brings awareness to the situation. Like the fact that this developer is so passionate about bringing awareness to this actual event that can happen to people by making a game about it is really, really nice. It's a terrible thing that happens. Unfortunately, there's so many animals and stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff happens. Like you guys saw, there was times when somebody would pet the poor dog, and there was times when somebody would shoo the dog away. You know, animals, people can say what they want, but a dog or a cat, or mostly dogs, they're only vicious. Like, they're not vicious by nature. They're vicious by the way, like, their past and the way they've been brought up. You can turn any fucking dog into an asshole. Like, you can do it just by how you train it, how you treat the dog. But if you're nice, you can have a great dog as well. Like, I hate people that say, like, especially like pit bulls. People say, oh, pit bulls are so ferocious. And yes, they are a little more high-strung than most animals, but they're only like that because of their owners and the way that they're treated. Like, they're not vicious by nature. And I hate the fact when people socialize, like, put them in, categorize them as, oh, they're evil animals or evil dogs or whatnot. You know, no, they're not. It's just, it's literally how people raise them. It's nothing to do with the poor dog. Don't blame the dog, blame the asshole owner. So anyway, I like this game. It was very, very simple. I don't know how long this video is actually going to be, but developer, I liked it. Nice job. It's very, very simple. I like the visuals. The music was cool, especially the piano. I know it was depressing piano, and what the form of the piano actually came in at with the raining and the dog being depressed, but I really did like the piano. It sounded really cool. I like the simplistic cartoon style art style that it had in the game, and I like the message that it portrays. You know, if you happen to see a dog like that, most of the time, you know, they're not going to attack you by nature unless they're guarding themselves or whatnot. You know, a stray animal's not a complete asshole. Most of the time they're just looking for food, like I said. So it's a terrible thing that happens. Unfortunately, you know, there's not a whole lot people can do about it, unless you happen to see a dog like that. You know, just take the dog to a shelter or something like that. Don't just leave him there, you know, stuff, you know, just little things like that, or feed the dog or something like that. You know, just little things like that can really help with that stuff. It does bother me, and obviously the only thing you can really do is help an animal when you see him. Especially that stuff, like I hear all the time, hear news articles and stuff about stray dogs or animals getting hit by cars and stuff like that, and then the driver just leaving it there and walking away or driving away, and the poor dog sits there. You know, that stuff is depressing as hell, don't get me wrong, and I'm sorry for bringing people down with this game and whatnot, but you know, it's still something that needs to be said. You know, some people forget about that, especially people like me who live in an area where that stuff doesn't commonly happen at all. There is hardly any stray animals really in, like, because there's hardly any cities in Maine, but there's hardly any really stray animals. Most of them live in the woods where you can't even see them, where they like have families and stuff like that, hopefully. But a lot of time that stuff you don't really see around here, but in like cities like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, all that stuff is relevant daily, and it's really sad to hear about that stuff. So, you know, I like the fact the developer was passionate enough to make a game about this. So if you guys happen to want to check this game out for yourself, there will be a link to the game in the description below. Again, I know this was a weird game to play, but I like the message that the game has. You guys know that I'm really big on these games that have an alternative motive and have an alternative message aside from just being a game. Developer, nice job. I like the game. If you happen to make more games with these alternative messages, I will gladly play them. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this game in the comment section below. If you guys agree with me, let me know. I'm not trying to start a war about some people saying, oh, well, dogs can be bad by nature and whatnot. Yes, some dogs can be a little crazy or whatnot. But it's 95% of the time, it's how the dog is raised, how the dog's owner is, stuff like that. It's not, don't blame the animal, you know, for stuff that they can't control or stuff that they didn't know about. So anyway, that's all the time I got for you today, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this game in the comment section below. If you guys want to play the game for yourself, again, go check it out, download it. I thought it was a pretty unique little game. I know there's not a whole lot to it, there's not a lot of gameplay to it, but I like the message that it has, and I wanted to do a video on it because I like the way that the developer is passionate about it. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check out some of the other videos that are going to spawn right here as soon as I am done talking, and I will see you guys next time. Maniacs out. Seems the entrance to the cave. Oh, over there. Okay. Where is that? Is that... It's a damn drag when your brain and your legs got weary. Time to select a tombstone, kid.